Hello, my beautiful human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I feel called to do a new moon, new year reading where I am relaying messages from your guides. So I'm keeping it open and general, and whatever comes through, comes through. So also for today, I'm going to be offering an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing for each individual group. So this is something that I offer that is extremely accessible, that helps to deepen into the healing energies that were present in the reading, helps to give you a Reiki boost and an internal shift that will push you in the direction that you are called to walk and leave you feeling calmer, more centered, more relaxed, and more clear about your path and about your life in general. So, all right, so today we have Gerbera, pink Gerbera daisies. So this is very heart-centered, this reading. With all of the flowers that I chose, they are pinks and greens and whites. So I am really feeling this beautiful, ethereal, light-hearted, loving, compassionate, unconditional love coming through. And I'm excited to get into the reading with you. So go ahead and choose group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a new moon, new year messages from your guides reading, keeping it open, keeping it general, whatever comes through, comes through. I am also offering an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing extended off of each individual reading today. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link down below. I'll know a little bit more what energies I'm going to bring into that once we're done with this reading, and you can decide at the end of this if you want to deepen into the energies that were present during today's reading in that infinite prayer session. So we are going to go ahead and just get right into your reading. I decided to use pink Gerbera daisies today. I decided to use pinks and greens and whites. I just wanted this to feel very loving and sweet and kind, and that just like your guides, just like our guides, our guardian angels, the spirits that surround us and love us unconditionally. I wanted to evoke that energy through the flowers that I used today, even with the candles and the selenite that I have here and the rose quartz that I have here. The fact that there are 2 candles lit is that it is that energy and symbolism of unity. So I took a little bit of time to kind of evoke that energy with the presentation today, as well as just with my intention. So with your pink Gerbera daisy, I do like to do a channeled message from the flower. So we're going to do that right now, and let's see what she has to say to you. The love that is offered to you on a regular basis is infinite in nature. There is no cap for how much love you can experience or channel or feel in this life. It's all around you, always, and always will be. All you have to do is intend to open, to receive it, and you shall. Continue to intend to receive this love, and as the days go by, you will start to see evidence of this love. You will start to feel it in your heart. You will start to feel it from the people all around you. Your entire perspective will shift. You'll start to see the world around you in new ways, the people around you in new ways. The love that's always existed there. All you have to do is intend to receive. Love that. So I want to do that right now, actually. Let's go ahead and intend. Just that's all it is. It's just a thought. It's just an intention. Just intend to receive the love that's available to you right now in yourself, in your guides, in your guardian angels, in your connection to spirit, connection to the divine. Intend to receive the love that wants to come through, and through the world around you, through the people around you. Just intend to receive that right now. Awesome. Okay, so I will put your lovely flower, what should I do with it? I don't want to cover up the chrysanthemum. We'll just stick it right there. Okay, so I pulled a star, what is this one called? The Starseed Oracle. I pulled a Starseed Oracle card for your overarching energy and theme for your reading today. And you got fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. This is beautiful. On the card, it looks like there is a mother holding a child. It could be a child. It could be just another human just lying in her arms. But and she's existing in this kind of void that's full of, it looks like water. And there's this light just beaming down. We've got these two guides up here just supporting her. So this is evoking the energy of surrender, the energy of letting go and trusting and knowing that there's something greater than you guiding your life. There is a surrendering into, again, similar to the message of the Gerbera daisy, a surrendering into the love that is being offered to you right now in your life. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the Seasons of the Witch Lithia Oracle and see what else we have. And I will say the way in which I'm transmitting these messages today are, especially from the jump there, this soft, beautiful energy is coming through, and even my voice feels different than usual. My energy feels different. There is such a gentleness coming through, so I don't know if that's something that you're needing right now in your life, just a gentle, soft, loving, compassionate energy. But it feels like that energy is available to you right now. This is what's channeling through. This is what wants to come through for you. So there's a call to soften into the compassion and unconditional love that exists all around you for every part of you, even the parts of you that you have cast off as negative or dark or ugly or wrong. This unconditional love wants to embrace those parts of you and soothe those parts of you and help you reclaim those parts of you and see them for the beauty and the truth and the love that they really are. All right, so we have summer berries. Be wary of picking your harvest too early and risking losing the sweetness of it all. Okay. And then we've got citrus fruits. Number 4, it is time to surrender to your unraveling. Allow the waking sight to expand and illuminate you. And then in this picture, there's a book open next to a bathtub full of fruits and flowers, and it says, "Spell for spiritual opening." So a surrender, a letting go, an opening to the beauty and the love that wants to grace your presence. There's transformation energy here, change, beauty, light ahead of you. If you haven't seen it, it's there. There's just a softening into life that you're being called into. A softening into beauty and love that's available to you right here, right now. There's a releasing and surrendering of your goals, of your expectations, of how love is meant to come into your life or how your path is meant to unfold. and just a surrender and a trust and a love for who you are right here, right now in this moment. It's very important that you do this right now, because there's a message that if you don't do this right now, moving forward on your path, when your dreams come to fruition or when the changes you've hoped for happen for you, you won't be in a space to fully receive them in the way that the divine wishes you to receive them, in a fully embodied, receptive, open, expressive, loving, light, surrendered way. I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the Tree Keeper's Oracle, and then we will get into your tarot. Okay, so we have number 19, Keeper of Sleep. With that card, I'm getting the message that there may be messages for you in your dreams. So keeping a dream journal, recording your dreams upon waking might be something that is really beneficial for you. Your guides have messages for you during your sleep that if you don't record right away when you wake up, you may lose. You can still receive those messages in many other ways, but they are more direct. They are more able to give you the symbolism and the energies and the feelings that where you can more deeply receive them through your consciousness, through your rationale, and through that gateway into your soul by recording those dreams. And then also, number 2, Keeper of Abundance. All right, so you are existing in a state of abundance as we speak, and there's a feeling that you're not aware of the abundance that you are existing in. And there might be some eye rolls with that, just because sometimes especially when we're in survival mode and we do need certain types of abundance, like money, like financial security, stability, it can be frustrating to hear messages of look around you, look at the abundance that is all around you, when you know you need more. Literally, you need more to thrive, to feel safe, to feel secure. But there is this message of the harvest is on its way, and you have everything you need to take care of yourself, all of your needs, and to also feel emotionally and spiritually fulfilled at this time. You have the strength that you need, you have the faith that you need, you have the ability to see beyond the veil and know the truth. And there's a call to believe in that truth, to take time to make sure you are not giving into negativity or self-doubt or worry or fear, or looking around you and seeing a lack of results or seeing a lack of proof that your manifestations or your dreams are coming to fruition, and just succumbing to that and living in hopelessness or despair, having those thoughts and feelings and letting them be a part of your life, when the truth couldn't be further from the truth. The truth is that you're existing in a moment of expansion, like the contraction right before the expansion. You're existing in a moment where true abundance is about to explode into your life. And if you were truly in alignment and in agreement with that reality, you would feel differently about your life right now, and you'd be able to rest in peace. So there's an internal shift that wants to take place within you. And during our Infinite Prayer session, we will clear away any energies that are bringing you down or keeping you in a frequency or in a mental state that is not aligned with literally the objective truth about where you're at on your soul journey and on your human journey. Keeper of play. Okay, and so there's a playful energy that wants to come through, a lightheartedness. It's kind of making me think, it's giving me a vision of someone who, when you look at everything on paper, or when any people who are stuck in the matrix of thought where you have to have everything perfectly lined up, and or people who are stuck in more of a controlling energy where they have to have literal physical proof that things are changing, or that they're living in abundance, or that they're successful. I'm getting the vision of someone who couldn't care less what people like this think about them, and are fully agreeing with what their faith and what their intuition and their soul knows to be true. That they are existing in freedom and abundance and dreams come true. And because of that, they feel light, they feel playful, they feel free. They know they're free and they're agreeing to it. And they're not letting energies, external influences, external thought patterns, external judgments make them feel like they're not allowed to exist in that energy just because it doesn't make sense to the outside world. So this person, and me saying this, I'm envisioning this person, that is you. That is where you're being called right now. To exist freely in your knowing, your inner knowing of the truth that you are abundant and free. One more of these. Number 1, keeper of self-love. This is an act of self-love for you to believe in yourself, for you to believe in your inner knowing, to decide and believe in that and not take heed to other people's negativity or other people's judgments or other people's misinformation. They don't know what you know. You are safe to exist in your freedom and your truth. You're safe to exist in what you know to be true about your life. Beautiful things are coming. Huge shifts are coming. With this, be wary of picking your harvest too early and risking losing the sweetness of it all. Don't worry about the harvest right now. Just focus on reception. Focus on knowing. Focus on the truth. The truth that you know deep in your soul, that you're aware of already. Even though it's completely contrasting and contrary to so many beliefs and truths that are out in the world that are surrounding you or even in your immediate environment. Exist in your truth unapologetically. If no one else can give you validation, you have to give it to yourself. You have to believe yourself. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot now. I am pulling this deck that I've never used before because it's just some random deck that I think my mom bought. And I always kind of thought it was kind of weird, but I started looking at it and I'm like, wait a second. These are really cute and really pretty and they have a really nice energy. So I'm going to use them. It's called the Crystal Energy Tarot. So yeah, just a shift in perspective. And also it was the energy with which that I chose these cards was this feeling of like undervaluing them. I've been undervaluing these cards and thinking they're just like cheap, weird cards, like that don't really, I don't know, I've just kind of been judging them a little bit and just undervaluing them. And, maybe that's an energy that's present for you right now. It's like undervaluing something precious and amazing about your life and this moment in your life. just not seeing the truth of it and not taking stock, or is that the right word? Or not putting like the weight of truth and the weight of worthiness and honor that your current circumstances or the people in your life, certain people or children or animals or like beings that are in your life that are so precious right now, and the fact that this moment in life is so precious. Like this is a precious moment. Every moment is a precious moment because it will always be fleeting, and you will never have this time in your life will never be the same. So there's just like a relentless search for meaning and love in every moment that wants to come through you. Okay, so we're gonna pull some tarot from these crystal energy tarot cards and see what wants to come through. See what else your guides have for you today. I know I haven't been mentioning your guides a lot, but all of these messages, my intention is that they are coming from your guides. And I will vouch for that fact because my voice is holding a different air about it today. And it just feels like an energy that I'm channeling that is other than me in a way. And it's really nice. Okay, what does group number 1, what messages does group number 1's guides have to say to them? Okay. All right. Ooh, you've got the High Priestess, and that makes perfect sense. With everything I was saying, you already know. You already know what you're meant for, what your destiny is. You already know that you're on the right path. You already know the beauty and abundance that's about to grace your life. You already know the expansion and the love and the freedom that's about to unfold within you. You already know the love and the partnerships and the people and the friendships and the community that you're meant for. You already know about the vibrancy and the life and the I keep wanting to say freedom and expansion and sorry if I'm repeating myself, and the sovereignty that you're about to embody. So, and the purpose. You already know. And you've got the Knight of Cups. You've got such romance ahead. There's this romanticizing of your life that wants to happen because the romanticized energy of your life is the true energy of your life. It's the truth. The negative, self-loathing, or dejected, just worried, doubtful side of you, that's not the truth. Logically, you know that. You know that's not the truth. The beautiful love and romance of your life has always been the truth. And maybe somewhere along the line you've lost sight of it and you've lost hope, but this is calling you back into it. You're allowed to go back into that space. 9 of Wands, perseverance, endurance. You're at a moment of that. The 9 of Wands to me is the contraction before the expansion. It is that intensity, that moment right before completion, and that weight, that determination. It's that moment. That's where you are. Ace of Wands. 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and 2 of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like I'm getting my voice back. I feel like that was like one guide channeling through me, and now there's a different energy coming through. Let's see. You already know. It is ingrained in you. It is ingrained in your DNA how you're meant to process this moment in your life. Be optimistic, be positive, because beauty is on its way. you've been prepared for this. There's this feeling of you have all the tools that you need to move forward. And there's a feeling of inspired action that's coming through. There's a feeling of security, a feeling of releasing of burdens. You've got this. With the Two of Pentacles, that's about balance. It's about, in this case, it's giving me a vision of someone who is dancing with life, dancing with all of their so-called responsibilities, all of the things that they're so-called obligated to, their work. I keep wanting to quote like work. It's like you are at a beautiful moment in your life where you can take the weight off of everything that you're called to do right now in your life, whether this be a job or whether this be like school or creative work or a business, whatever it is that you're doing in the world actively, or that you're obligated to, that's your responsibility basically. There's this feeling of the weight that is cast upon all of it just being lifted, and you having this complete deep inner trust in your knowing of when to take action and when to hold back, like when to surrender, let go, and take time to yourself and regroup. There is this beautiful balancing. This fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. It's like you're holding these two energies very beautifully. You're balancing them very beautifully. The soft, healing, surrender, transformational energy, and the action-oriented, inspired, lit up, guided towards your destiny energy. You're able to balance it all effortlessly with joy, with love, with lightness. You are able to move forward in love with your life and in love with all that you're called to do in life. So this is a really beautiful opportunity to shift into a life being a dance instead of a burden or a weight. So this is a moment of transformation, and not only just transformation, but easeful transformation. This is a time where you can fall into a new flow effortlessly. You've done enough work to get yourself to this point, and now you're ready to fall into this beautiful dance that awaits you. So good work. Your faith has proven true. You are loved beyond measure in spirit and in the world around you, and there's so much love available to you, and you just open up to it. You are so worthy of, all parts of you are so worthy of this love. And this dream, this vision, whatever you know to be true that you are working towards in your life is secured for you. It is secured. You can't mess it up. There is nothing you can do to mess this up. And the only warning that might be coming through with this, be wary of picking your harvest too early and risking losing the sweetness of it all. It's more of a message of take stock of where you're at, be grateful for where you're at, and reorient yourself into this romanticizing of your life and having fun and dancing with life, and realizing that that's how you get to live and that it's safe to do so. And by doing that, when the harvest does come, you'll be in a beautiful space to fully receive it, and you'll be able to exist in the light of it all and in the glory of it all, and be so proud of yourself and share it with your loved ones. And there's a celebratory energy coming through. You'll be able to fully celebrate, and you won't be stuck in this worrisome or stressful or clinging energy. We don't want to get to the point where our dreams are coming true and we are worried that we will lose them, because we can't lose them. We want to walk forward in gratitude and trust and knowing that our truest security comes in spirit first and foremost. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull some more tarot from the Floral Tarot and see if there are any more messages that want to come through before we get into our infinite prayer session. All right, we have the Six of Wands, which I want to put right here. So soon there is victory for you. There is recognition for you. Soon the fruits of your labor will be viewed by the world around you. That message that came through earlier about you disconnecting from the doubts and the control and the ways of the world around you and existing in your truth. Soon the proof in the physical world of your truth will be available for all to see, all to uplift, all to be proud of, and you will no longer feel like you are being doubted so much because you will have proven your faith true. You will have proven your inner knowing true. And you will feel so validated because literally the physical world will be providing you evidence that your faith has been true all along. You'll feel so validated by the world around you. And the beautiful thing about this, if you take heed to this message that's coming through today and you just start to let that love in and start to look around you and see the beauty that is here right now and just believe in where you're at right now. The beautiful thing about when this victory comes is that you won't even need the validation because you had already validated yourself. So amazing, amazing, beautiful, perfect. This is what you've been being prepared for. Seven of Wands. The Emperor. There's a lot of security coming ahead of you. Let's see what else wants to come through. You've got a lot of fire energy. So if you've been feeling really inspired, or if you've been feeling really inspired to make changes in your life, if you've been feeling creatively inspired, there's a lot of, I feel like the messages that kind of are coming through are a little bit contrasting, but there's this feeling of, not really though, because there's this feeling of, we mentioned kind of surrendering and slowing down, but also the balance is really coming through because there's also so much passion and action-oriented energy here and inspiration. And so there's an encouragement to open up to new inspiration. Oh, and there's also an encouragement to trust in your inspired guidance. Trust that if you aren't feeling inspired or animated to do something, or if your body and soul are saying no to something in the moment, but you feel like, oh, I should really do it, but there's something telling you not right now, heed that and follow more so what's lighting you up, what's giving you energy, what's driving you right now. It's more of like a bodily feeling, like a bodily spark. Follow that, and then whatever that thing is that you decided not to do in that moment, knowing and trusting that the time will come when you're ready to do it. The time will come when you're ready to do it. Like, you will get lit up and you will have the energy for that thing and you will feel excited, or at least at the very least, you'll want to do it. You know, okay, I want to do this now. It might not be the most fun little task, but I want to do it. So follow that inner ignition. It's going to guide you into the next phase of your life, the next phase of this reception, this victory. And it's going to make life more fun, more enjoyable. All right, King of Swords. Okay. So with the Two of Wands and the Emperor here, I'm getting the message, your vision and your plans, while they can take shape in the physical world in many different ways, the essence of them are secure. Like you've been building something that is long lasting, secure, rooted, stable, and that will be something that provides you with a lot of security moving forward. Financial and internal security, physical and internal. And with the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords, so the Seven of Wands is like conflicting energies. It could be like different people who have differing opinions that are conflicting to what you know to be true. It is giving me a reiteration of the energy I was speaking of earlier about external thoughts and judgments of other people bringing you down or making you doubt yourself. And with the King of Swords being right next to it, there is this detached energy that wants to come through around that. So there's a message for you to detach from, and like intentionally detach from the will, the expectations, the judgments, the projections of other people, especially people who are in spaces of power or influences, like bosses, teachers, just like people who have a strong influence in your life, or authority in your life. There's this message to detach from their influence, but not just with simple intention. I mean, do what you can, like relentlessly detach. Cord cutting meditations, you can like rituals, take salt baths with the intention to cut cords, things like that. There is like a really strong energy, like pushing you to do that, pushing you to make an actual, like some sort of actual change, as opposed to just, okay, yeah, I'll let go of that. I'll let go of those judgments, or I'll let go of those energies of that person. Like, I just won't take heed. But no, I feel like there are like attachments that need to be released from some external energies. So just be aware of that and take some time and energy to really, really let go and really, really surrender and detach those energies out of your life so you can feel more rooted and clear in your path moving forward. And just don't take it lightly. It feels like there's almost like a urgency feeling here. So don't take that lightly. Okay. So one last thing before we get into our infinite prayer session, a couple of these gratitude blooming cards. And then, with your infinite prayer, speaking of detaching from external energies, that is part of what I want to do. I want to do some bring in some purification, some cord cutting energy, some just protective energy to release you from whatever attachments or thought forms that have taken root in your being, that have affected you negatively from other people's perspectives, other people's energies. I want to help just clear that off of you and also bring in protective energy so that they can't affect you anymore or ever again in a negative way, because you're about to enter into a really beautiful space and we don't want those energies to make us feel bad or make us feel like we're not worthy of what we're about to receive. There's going to be some that's what we'll do in the session. So, okay, so we have number 9 with Rose and vulnerability. So it says, all shall be well. And again, with vulnerability, it does feel like that message is being pushed again. You are really vulnerable and open. Your energy's really, what's the word? I'm hearing like receptive. Like you're a naturally receptive person and sometimes too open, and it feels like impressionable. Like there's an impressionable energy here, and sometimes you're open to energies that aren't beneficial to your truth and to who you really are and your true essence. While sometimes they aren't ill-meaning, they just are a little too either controlling or almost like too assertive upon you. Again, it's making me think of like authority figures asserting something over you, and your body, spirit, and soul feeling obligated to accept it as true when you know in your being it's not true, but it's like you feel obliged because you don't want to question someone, or you don't want to make them feel like you're questioning them. But that's not yours to take on if it's not in agreement with who you really are and what you truly believe. This is something you have to let go of eventually, because otherwise it's going to hinder your progress. It's going to hinder your true path. It's going to hinder your expression of your own authenticity and truth in the world around you. Your ability to make an impact in the world around you, to be that's it. Make an impact in the world around you. So yeah, this is very important. We are letting go of these things, no matter how scary it may feel to feel as if you're questioning someone's authority or someone else's truth. It feels rude almost, but it's really not, because you're just it's more of just something like you're asserting your truth more deeply within your being. And because of that, and you're kind of stating like any and all truths that aren't in agreement with this truth that I know to be true can fall away now. And however other people perceive that energy shift is not your problem. So after that, we're deepening into protection as well, because we don't want to absorb any backlash and feel like we did something wrong. So yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be it. I don't think I'm going to pull, well, you know what? Yes, I am. I'm going to pull 2 more of these cards, and then we'll do our, okay. So number 35 with lilac. That's interesting. Usually it has like a word, an associated word with it. This one doesn't. But we'll just read it. That's good. Maybe it's a good thing. Lilacs smell really good. And 35 reduces to 8, which is abundance. So, and then like smelling abundance, it's making me think of like, you can sense it. Like you can sense it in your body and being, like the amazingness that is ahead of you. And trusting in that internal scent, trusting in that internal sense of smell, of scent, that there's a spiritual counterpart to that, and you're sniffing it right out. And it's almost like a feeling of like, like you can, like your sense of smell, like your sense of instinct in that way. It's hard to put into words, but it's like in a spiritual way. It's guiding you to exactly where you need to be. And also when it comes to releasing energies of other people that are in our being, that instinct, that nose is going to come in handy. It feels like you're going to be able to like sniff out something that's been maybe attached to your energy field that's not beneficial, or just thought patternings that you all of a sudden realize like, oh my God, why have I been believing that? I don't even believe that. And oh my God, that's coming from so-and-so, or that's coming from because of, I've convinced myself of this because of a lack of proof, or, it's like, just sniff things out, like do some detective work in your own energy field and clear away what is just not you. You know what is you. You know what you believe. You know what's coming. You know who you are. So there is that feeling, reconnecting to what you know, putting stock into it and weight into it, and believing and validating yourself. And then anything else, you will sniff that out like with precision and be able to just clear it away and cut it away. And then you've got gardenia, number 31, with gentleness, again with another, I'm pretty sure gardenias have a beautiful, strong smell. And with gentleness, I think that is going to be how you are able to move forward and let go of all these energies that may have held you down, using gentleness and love. And I think softness is going to help you feel more able to deny those truths of others that don't resonate with you and feel not as like rude. So, Yeah, so okay, I think that's it. I think that's your message. And we're going to go ahead and do our infinite prayer session now. If you would like to take part in that, there will be a link down below. Otherwise, if you'd like to support my channel, I would love to hear what you have to say about this reading in the comments. If you can like or subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, there is a link down below for that. I also have really cute merchandise with my bee and flowers logo, which I will show you right here if you'd like to see it. So all of my merchandise has the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it with this bee and flowers logo, which will not focus for some reason on the screen. Come on, you can do it. There it is. All right, perfect. So yeah, the merchandise is really cute if you want to check that out. I also have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul and video forum, and I have a lovely vision for that channel that is going to consist of soul retrieval and healing guided mechanisms for people. One day I will be more immersed in that, but for now I'm focusing a little bit more on my tarot channel. If you'd like to check out the Little Flower Oracle's Patreon, there is a link down below. In that Patreon, every month you will receive 2 in-depth pick a flower readings, one that is more internally focused, which is your healing journey, your connection to the self, which also comes with an infinite prayer guided visualization and Reiki blessing. And then the other reading is more externally focused, which is more focused on what you're manifesting in the world, your life's purpose, etc. They are both pretty internally focused because that's kind of how I read, but I like the dichotomy of at least having the intention to focus on the external and the internal world. So yeah, that's my Patreon if you want to check that out. If I am leaving you here, I am so appreciative and honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, my lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am offering a new year, new moon, messages from your guides and angels reading. So I'm keeping it very general, very open, and we're just going to get right into it. So today our flower is the pink Gerbera daisy. This Gerbera daisy is evoking an energy of joy and love and color and light and vibrancy, and she has a message for you. So let's see what she has to say. Gerbera daisy, what do you have to say to group number 2? Joy and bliss are birthrights. Your vibrancy is meant to be experienced in the world. Your color, your light, your personality, your quirks, they're all meant to be honored, loved, cherished, and experienced by the world around you. There are people that are meant to experience your beauty, a person that is meant to experience your beauty and your quirks and just fall deeply in love with you and your little idiosyncrasies, the parts of you that are uniquely you are just so absolutely lovable. Your wildness, the way in which you heal the world, all of it is so lovable and meant to be experienced by the people around you and the world around you. And you're so encouraged to just light up the world around you. No matter how misunderstood you may feel, the world needs your beauty. Okay, that's your lovely message from the pink Gerbera daisy. Awesome. So your energy is really beautiful. Definitely different from group number 1. So it's kind of cool because this energy is more bubbly and fun, and there is like this vibrancy coming through. So I really love your energy, and I'm just really honored to be in it. So thank you for being here. We are going to look at your oracle card that I pulled from the Starseed Oracle, which is aptly named for you. Starseed, well, typically starseeds are, well, anyway, my version of starseeds is just your unique essence and origin. And starseeds are exceptional people, special people, people who are unique and different. And because of that, like that is the part of them the world needs. So a lot of times starseed energy is this misunderstood or outcast. It can, like, that's the shadow of it, feeling misunderstood, feeling outcast, feeling different than the world around you. But the beauty of it is that it's meant to be that way. And there absolutely is a tribe out there for you, for what star seeds are, or what star seeds are, what these unique individuals, aka you, there are others out there that will make you feel at home. So just opening up to that, knowing that when you go out and you look at the stars at night, they're looking at those same stars. If you are still looking for them, there's a message of encouragement and hope for these people out there that will make you feel like you finally found your tribe, like you finally found a feeling of home. They're out there. If you've already found them, then there's this encouragement to look around you and feel so blessed and grateful and acknowledge that they're in your life for a reason. And yeah, so let's just see what the card is. So we've got loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Very, very interesting contrast to the energy with which I entered into this reading. So there's something here blocking your light and blocking your access to this brilliant side of you. And we're going to dig in a little deeper and see how we can release a few things, or see how we can flip our perspective to understand ourselves a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards and we'll see where we're going. So I'm going to pull cards from the Seasons of the Witch Alethea Oracle and see what else comes through. There's a seriousness that came through when I flipped this card. A weightedness, and kind of like the energy I was talking about, the shadow of that starseed energy is feeling outcasted, feeling there are difficulties that can be associated with it. And I'm thinking of someone who feels lonely or who feels isolated because they don't feel like they fit in. And because of that, they're using coping mechanisms to kind of numb out and just cope, be okay. So there's a shift that wants to happen for you with this let God in. There is a shift in faith, a shift in, like, there's a density I see, and then what I see is letting the light in, and then that light, it's like an initial action of receiving and opening up to the light, and then that light having a life of its own in your being and brightening you back up and reminding you who you are and what you're worthy of. And that message of, there are those people out there that you're going to feel at home around, you're going to feel safe around, that feel like kin. Those people are out there and you're meant to find them. So you can even intend, that light could be the intention to connect to them. That light can be, or even a person, like if you're looking for a friend or a partnership, and have the intention to connect to them because they're there. And let their energy permeate your being, even if it feels foreign or weird, like you don't know what this is. It shouldn't, though. That's the thing. It should feel like you might even miss it in a way, because it does feel so much like home. But open up to let that in. There's like a kind of experimental energy that wants to come through with you, being like, you know what? I know there are people I'm meant to be surrounded by, or a person, and I'm just going to open up to that person and have wild faith in it and in them. And I know that by doing that, it will bring me one step closer to magnetizing them into my life. So you got Rewild 29. Let your soul's garden grow wild, setting yourself free and allowing mysteries to surprise you. Okay, so there is this like sniffing out of new life that wants to come through for you. It feels as if something old, like you've outgrown something. There are old energies that want to be released, and moving forward is going to feel kind of uncomfortable or unsure because you're moving into new territory. And so there's this curiosity that wants to come through, this experimental exploration, this openness, this what could happen. Maybe I have no idea how my life is meant to unfold. Maybe like it could be bigger and better than my wildest dreams. Like it feels like we've been boxed in, like you've been stuck in like a three-dimensional, like just like a two-dimensional understanding of your life and where it's going, and all you can see is what's right in front of you, or all you can see is like the vision in your mind. But the actual manifestation of where you're going, the unfoldment of your path, is going to be much more alive, much more vibrant, much more surprising than what you are expecting. So be open to the unexpected, be open to a new way of experiencing life in general. Because it almost feels like there's this energy of, well, I've already seen it all, I've already felt it all, like I don't think it's going to get any better. Like I feel like I've reached this plateau, but there's this like ceiling that you're meant to like plow through, and life is meant to feel and be so much different than what you could ever dream of. So yeah, stay open. You've got like unknown adventures, and I don't know, the word security is coming through, like something secure, like you're walking towards something really beautiful and secure, but it's also very, like at the same time, very like wild and uncertain in a good way, very free. So that's interesting. And then we also have clear quartz, number 5, and number 5 is a number of change and like chaos and movement. So this says the embrace of the shadows is gently lifting. Light is needed now to nourish you. Yes, exactly. And there are so many butterflies on this card. You might be in a chrysalis phase that literally is just about to be done, and you're about to burst forward in the butterfly phase, in this whole new life that you've never experienced before. And you might be feeling sad or hopeless, or feeling like you've seen all there is to see, just because you've seen all there is to see as a caterpillar, but you haven't seen all there is to see as a butterfly. So it's that kind of energy. That transformation is about to be done, and this new, fresh life is ahead of you. Yes, the light is now embraced. The embrace of the shadow is gently lifting. Oh, I'm so excited for you. It feels very soft, and I like that this woman, she has a lot of like quartz. Oh wow, like I kind of want to show you this picture. Oh, and then look at this picture too. All these women have really long brown hair. That could be associated. You could have really long brown hair, I don't know, or someone you know, or someone you're meant to meet. But here we go. Let me show you. This one in particular, she's got like these dark energies kind of coming off of her head, but then she's got these quartz surrounding her. It kind of makes me think that gemstone healing would be good for you, like lying down and placing gemstones along your chakras or around your crown, and just lying down and absorbing the energies of these gems. Reiki might be really good for you right now, just allowing the light to permeate your being and allowing the darkness or the heavy energies of the past just slowly surrender and slowly release and slowly let go and slowly be broken up by this beautiful soft light that wants to come into your being. It's like emerging from the chrysalis. It's like little sparks of light, and it takes time, and you have to take your time, but eventually you'll be completely free. All right, I'm gonna pull some oracle cards from the Tree Keepers Oracle and see what else comes through, and then we will pull some tarot. Okay, so you got number 27 with Keeper of Grace. Okay, this is making me think of When you allow grace to enter into the darkest corners of your being, they can be washed away in an instant. Weights that you've been carrying for years, mentalities, negative mindsets, negative self-perceptions that you've been carrying for a very long time and holding on to, clinging to, can be released in an instant when you let grace in, when you let love in, when you believe in yourself and your goodness above all. You also got Keeper of Innocence, number 40. There's a tapping into the truth of your being, the innocence of your being, and knowing that these negative energies never defined who you are. These heavier, dense energies that have visited you were just that, just visitors. And there's a feeling of experiencing negativity or experiencing trauma or experiencing weightedness or pain, hurt from different relationships, and holding those pieces of darkness from those experiences close to your being as if they're a part of you, as if they'll stay there forever. But they're not meant to stay there forever. They're meant to be released, let go of, and surrendered. And you're meant to rise above them into your light, into your innocence and purity, into your goodness, and exist freely in that energy, expressively in that energy in the world around you and with the people around you. And attract in people who will honor you as such. The bottom of the deck here, we have number 33 with Keeper of the Wild. We have Rewild, and now we have Keeper of the Wild. Okay, so a wild part of your soul is meant to be unleashed, because it does feel kind of like there's been a suppression of the truest version of you. And this new emergence, this new wildness is inevitable. You're on your way. This next phase of your life is going to be marked by freedom. It's going to be marked by a new awareness of the truth of your being. Joy, expressiveness, bubbliness, fun, lightheartedness, connection with other truth-seeking individuals, with other truth-seeking people that are meant to enter your life. Adventure seekers, freedom seekers. You've got a whole new, unheard of life ahead of you. You can't even fathom at this point until you live it. Trust in that. Know that that's true. All right, I think I'm gonna pull one more of these. Keeper of Anger. Ooh, number 28. And you have, weirdly, you have 27, 28, and 29. That's interesting. There's a progression. Huh. There's movement happening in your life. There's change happening in your life. You are leveling up. This Keeper of Anger. There's a feeling of when you awaken to the truth of your being and where you're headed and what you're worthy of, there's a feeling of being angry that you've allowed these negative self-perceptions, these negative energies to have such hold over your being. Angry that you've allowed them to take your precious life from you, your happiness from you, your joy from you. Angry that you've allowed external energies to come in and make you doubt yourself or make you believe something about yourself that wasn't true, that made you hold on to shame. The truth will come to light. And you may feel anger for a short period of time, but soon that will release as well. It will turn into action. It will turn into you boldly living your life in vulnerability, in pride and joy. It will motivate you and activate you to never take life for granted, to live in the moment, to embrace the adventure of life. You've got so much beauty ahead of you. All right, let's pull some tarot. Pulling tarot from the Crystal Energy Tarot. And that's interesting because of the message about you, crystal healing being good for you, because this is a deck that is about crystal, like they each have their own individual crystals. So I'll try to figure out what the crystals are on these decks, and maybe some of these crystals will be good for you. All right. What does group number 2 need to hear right now? What does group number 2's guides want to say to them? There's just like a wink coming through, like a winky energy, like you don't even know what's ahead of you, like you'll see, like like a jokester, kind of funny, like you have no idea, but you're gonna love it. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Wands. Ooh. The 8 of Cups. This is a really beautiful card. The 8 of Cups is more about walking away from something that doesn't serve you, which makes perfect sense here. 9 of Wands is this feeling of being right. It is literally what I described, the moment before you break out of the chrysalis. It's like or like moment before a baby is born. It's that tightness, that constriction, like you've grown too huge for your environment, so you're so uncomfortable, but it's like boom, then you can break free and fly, and you're in a whole new, like amazing, limitless potential environment. So that you're in that moment right before the breakthrough. And walking away is inevitable. You're in a cycle of life that, like, just as the caterpillar naturally and instinctually becomes the butterfly, that's what you're going through. This is something that's instinctual. You can't mess it up because you can slow it down, but you can't mess it up. This is just something that's naturally happening in your soul. Ooh, yes. Oh my God. So confirming. The Fool. Leaps of faith, brand new beginnings, walking into the unknown. Wow. Dead on. Ooh, and the World. You've got the World. Completion, endings, expansion, new beginnings, limitless possibility. Damn, more major arcana. The 3 central cards here are major arcana. You got Judgment with Awakening. The Judgment card often shows people emerging from their coffins, like a rebirth, a rising from the dead, a rising from their grave, a rising from the soil, the earth. Fresh, new, light, awakening energy. You are walking into a whole new experience of yourself and your life and the world around you. 6 of Wands, victory, recognition, honor. This really feels like, this 6 of Wands in particular feels like the spirit world honoring you and recognizing you. It feels like your spirit team, your guardian angels, everyone that truly has supported you along the way, witnessing you expand into this light and lifting you up even higher, being so proud to know you, so proud of you, so inspired by you for all you've been through and all you've pushed through, amazed by you. It's something you'll receive that will feel really good, but it's not something you'll need. You don't need this recognition but it will be a natural reflection of the recognition in your own soul. And then we've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the Nine of Swords is about fear, worries, keeping you up at night. It's like this pins and needles energy that's bothersome. And so I'm going to pull another one to validate or to clarify that. With the Two of Cups, Nine of Swords with the Two of Cups. Okay, so there might be some fears around opening up to new relationships, opening up to partnerships, new people, intimacy. There's a feeling of worry about that, but at the same time, with the overarching energies that are present, there's a message that you have literally nothing to worry about. It's a moot point to worry about that, because when you're in this new energy, you won't be worrying about that. You'll be confident, you'll be proud, you'll be excited, you'll be open, you'll be curious, you'll be brave. It's not something to worry about right now. It's not something worthy of your time, your energy, your thoughts. A worry or concern about throughout so far, permeating through this reading has been a consistent self-doubt, a consistent, I heard self-loathing, but I don't want to say it's that extreme. It's more of like a negative self-perception. Like we mentioned shame, we mentioned like it's a feeling of not being good enough. Yeah, it's just something that has to do with self-worth. And there's definitely some work to be done there around self-worth. I'm going to pull one more card about that. And I want to ask, what is the message around how group number 2 can heal their self-worth? Two of Swords. Okay. One more. And the High Priestess. Well, with Two of Swords, the first phrase that came to my mind was make a decision. And then with the High Priestess, you already know what to do. So whatever that means to you, make a decision. And again, this is associated with relationships, soulmate connections, partnerships. Make a decision, you know what to do. There's a message to tap into your intuition. There might be some past relationships that have affected your sense of self and that you're still holding, energies that you're still holding on to. With the Two Swords cards, I'm getting a feeling of cutting it away, being a little bit more like strategic and aware of how these are affecting you. These thoughts, these negative self-perceptions. Or like rejections from the past in relationships that are affecting me. Maybe I need to listen to this. Affecting you more than you're aware. One more card. This is tricky. And then we've got, wow, Ten of Swords, painful endings. That's aragonite. So far, the crystals I recognize are aragonite, I think green aventurine, the rest I can't recognize right off the bat. Maybe emerald. But yeah, there are some endings that are happening in terms of relationships for you, whether this is endings of actual relationships or painful endings from your past that you are still processing. There's a need to truly cut the cords to these past relationships. There's an exploration of how they've affected you. There's an overall feeling of scaling out and looking at the bigger picture of it, instead of projecting it onto the person that hurt you. look at your soul wounds connected to it. Look at the part of you affected by the past negative experiences and relationships that have affected your self-perception. So let me do my best to word this. Look at the part of you that has reacted negatively, the part of you that has responded in a way that has made you feel unworthy or less than or rejected or angry even at the person or the situation. Anything that has caused you to belittle yourself. There's a wounding within yourself that needs looked at and needs tended to, sewn up. Like I'm getting this image of sewing up a wound lovingly and softly and saying, I'm sorry. And the Ho'opono, I don't know if that's how you say Ho'opono prayer. It's a Hawaiian prayer, and saying as you sew up your wounds, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's your relationship with yourself, how you've let outer reflections affect your heart and your sense of worthiness and your sense of self. And there's a softness and a gentleness that wants to come through, a self-love, a peace, an acceptance around all of it. And after all of that, even a sending of love and compassion out to those who've hurt you, or those relationships, those past experiences that have harmed you or hurt you. Sending compassion that way. Moving forward with discernment, with love, knowing what you're worth, knowing what you're meant for, and knowing that it's on its way to you. Definitely like that original message we had, I think it was with the daisy or with this card, I can't remember, but it was talking about you having those people out there that are meant to make you feel at home and meant to make you feel safe and like yourself. And if you have been rejected or you feel rejected, or relationships that you hoped would work out didn't, or you thought that they should and they didn't, there's this feeling of acceptance around all of it, and a knowing of the greater plan, and a knowing that those were just signposts that are pointing you in the right direction to the right people or person. All right, so I'm going to pull some more tarot from the Floral Tarot, see what else comes through. This is just with the world being in the center here. This is just a few loose ends that are meant to be tied up before you move on. That's it. And it's all about you and your relationship to yourself and the inner healing that you need, this last bit of inner healing and self-acceptance that you need before you move forward, before you can change. All right. Oh, this card was just upright. We're going to keep it. So we've got the Five of Coins, which is the Five of Pentacles, which is about material lack, but it can also be about lack in general, like a feeling of like you're missing something or you're missing out on something, like something's missing. Yes, that's a feeling right now I'm getting, like something's missing, I don't know what it is, but something's missing. It almost makes me want to cry, like walking through life as if something's missing. There's a message though that the missing piece is on its way, and when it's here, you'll know it, and it won't feel like it's missing anymore. Again, wow, you've got the Nine of Wands twice, and that is about resilience. A lot of times the Knight of Wands has an image of someone like bandaging up their wounds, and we did kind of talk about that sewing up the wound with love and compassion, and there is some of that to do right now. Just loving yourself, letting your heart overflow with love, and just in your own being, and acceptance of everything, and knowing of your worthiness of love. That's where you're at right now, and that's what wants to happen for you right now. Two of Swords again. Wow. Two of Swords is about inner confliction. It's about a choice. A lot of times it's about needing to make a choice. The message with the Two of Swords is about closing your eyes and looking within and making a choice from faith and from your inner knowing above all. Above all outside proof or pressures, you are making this choice to move forward from a place of self-love, self-honor, and feeling guided to do it, feeling internally nudged to go in that direction. What this choice is, I kind of want to pull some cards around that because I was wondering about this make a choice thing with the High Priestess, and you already know what to do. I am going to pull a couple cards around it. I might not. I'm kind of getting the feeling like it's going to be individual to each person listening. But if I can get any... Oh my God, that's so funny. It didn't want to blend. Maybe there aren't. Maybe it is individual to you, this choice. Can I get like one card about it? Oh, the Lovers. Okay. Okay. I can't say much about the choice itself because I think that's individual to every person. And whatever's coming to your mind instantly is probably what it is. But with the Lovers card, this choice, once you make it from that internal space of inner knowing and walking forward in faith, it is going to guide you to the partnerships, to the energies and people and environments that are going to bring more harmony into your life. Even if this decision feels in some way contradictory or counterintuitive, or like, why do I feel called to do this? But yet I feel called to do it. Like, it doesn't make rational, logical sense, but it's more of a soul calling, and one day it will make sense, and you'll realize that that's the choice that brought you exactly to the people, to the places, exactly where you need to be. So follow your instinct, your intuition. You can trust it. Move forward unapologetically and watch your life unfold. Awesome. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. I wasn't going to pull another one, but that just made itself known. The Magician is about how you have everything at your fingertips to create the life of your dreams, to create exactly what you want in your life. So this inner discernment, this inner distinction that wants to come through you, this following of your intuition moving forward is a part of that life creation, and is going to help you take a step to get to a place where you feel more trusting of your own discernment and your own ability to create your life through choice, through decision, through power, through action, through your own will, and trusting what you're creating. Like, there's a feeling of trusting in your power and how you're changing the world around you, feeling confident to change the world around you, confident to make an impact, a true impact, and just by naturally being yourself. So there's just like a new confidence coming in for you moving forward. There's a new clarity, confidence, proudness, groundedness, freedom, just to be yourself unapologetically. And then there's also a strong reception of that energy in the world around you, like an acceptance of it. Like, it naturally flows into the new spaces you're in and is naturally accepted and loved by the spaces you're in. And so it's a contrast to where you've been, where you felt like an outcast, or you felt like unaccepted or different or whatever it may have been. It's such a contrast. It's like you're finally unfurling and your wings can fly and you're in the right environment, and it's bigger, it's more expansive. So yeah, much different energy coming for you. So Is that it? I'll pull some gratitude blooming cards and then we will get into our infinite prayer session, which, if I didn't mention before, it is a guided visualization and Reiki blessing that is attributable to this reading in particular, your reading. If this reading deeply resonated with you, the infinite prayer session will help guide you, amplify the energies present in this reading. And in your reading in particular, I want to help deepen you into your self-trust. And I would love to bring you into an energy where the answer and this choice, whatever it may be, the steps you're meant to take, the light that wants to break through, I want to bring you into an energy where you're experiencing it. That is my hope and my goal. And even if you don't experience that full breakthrough or that full answer, which it doesn't feel like it's going to come as a like a strong, crazy breakthrough, this next choice you're making, which means so much and is going to help you change your life so much, the answer is going to be a soft whisper. And it's a soft whisper you're stepping forward into and listening to moving forward. So even if you don't hear that whisper powerfully and strongly in the infinite prayer session tonight or today, whenever you're listening, you will hear it soon. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple of these gratitude blooming and we will get into that. Ooh, 37, chamomile with patience. 2 more. We've got 29, bouquet with celebration. And we did talk about, well, with the 6 of Wands, it feels like there's going to be so much celebratory energy around you and pride, especially in the spirit realms. It feels like when you make this choice, whatever it may be, when you take action on it, there's going to be so much like celebration in spirit, like, oh my, like pride, just your spirit guides are, oh my God, she did it. Yay, she did it. She closed that cycle. She walked forward and she trusted her intuition. She validated her intuition and she just made the choice and she's moving into this new light and these new, beautiful, amazing, now everything's reciprocal and now everything's harmonious for us to bring in these new people, these new energies, this fresh slate is finally here. And it's like your spirit team is like, yay, we get to help bring the good in now. We get to help transform her life in these positive ways now because she's left behind all these other things that have been getting in the way and blocking it. You know, it's like that feeling. And then we've got number 5. Oh my gosh, I love it because we had 5 here with change. We had the word wild come through a million times, and we have number 5 with wildflower and trust. So seriously, come on. You're walking into a new, wild, crazy, new, fresh, amazing part of your life, and so much change, but good change that you can trust, and you'll feel so good in it. You'll feel at home in it. Nothing to worry about at all in these new energies. You are ready for it. So make this decision, move forward, and watch your life unfold. Alrighty, cool. We are going to move into the infinite prayer session. There is a link down below for you to access that. Once you have access to the infinite prayer session, you will have access to it forever. So anytime you feel like you need to deepen into these energies, you can go and listen to it again and receive those that Reiki blessing just as if you're receiving it for the first time. It is infinite in nature. That is the nature of these sessions. But otherwise, if I'm leaving you here, if you'd like to support my channel, I would love it if you'd comment, like, or subscribe to my channel. I would also love to see you in my Patreon. So my Patreon is a monthly subscription where you will be provided with 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month, and 1 has an in-depth infinite prayer guided visualization and Reiki blessing as well every single month. So if that sounds interesting to you, there's a link down below. I also have really cute merchandise. It has my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. Super cute if you want to check that out. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, sometimes they're available, sometimes they're not. Maybe by the time that you are watching this, there will be some available, so you can always check it out down below to see if they are. If you'd like to leave a tip / buy me a coffee, there is a link down below for that. Also, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Harken. It is my heart and soul in video form if you'd like to check that out. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in that infinite prayer session. But if I'm leaving you here, I am honored by your presence and so grateful for your beautiful energy and that I get to channel these amazing messages for you. So hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a channeled message from your guides, from your guardian angels, a new moon, new year tarot reading. So I'm leaving it wide open, whatever wants to come through. The first two were really beautiful and comforting and lovely. And I could tell all of your guides are just so amazing and so uplifting and so unconditionally loving. A lot of the messages that have come through so far have been so, it's just evoked this feeling of unconditional support. No matter what you do, what you choose, you are so unconditionally supported by your guides and your guardian angels and your spirit, just God, the divine spirit in general. So for today's reading, I chose pink Gerbera daisies, and they are symbolic of joy and friendship. Pink and all of the colors of the flowers, pink, greens, whites, and I used rose quartz as well. It's evoking this beautiful, light, ethereal energy, but also this heartfelt, this unconditional love. So that was my intention with the flowers, and we are going to do a channel message from your pink Gerbera daisy that you chose. Let's see what she has to say to you. All right, Gerbera daisy, what do you have to say to group number 3? So the first thing that instantly came through was I felt someone swinging on like a rope swing, or like not a rope swing. It's one of those rope swings that hang down from a tree that have the piece of wood that's flat, and just someone going wee. So there's a very light-hearted energy coming through, childlike play energy coming through, joy, lightness, sweetness. There's a message that if you are wanting to have kids one day, you are meant to have children. If you want them, this is a message for only those that want children. But you are meant to have them. There are souls out there that are meant to be your children, and you are free to open up to that reality and know that it is meant for you, it is destined for you, and you can release and let go of any worries or fears around that. That's just an initial message for some of you. Otherwise, what else does the Gerbera daisy have to say to you? Your inner child has a message for you. She or he wants you to know that he's been here all along, untouched. Their innocence, her innocence, untouched, unwavering, always here, always available to access, to know, to experience as you. Sorry, my cat in the background is playing with something. That childlike innocence always remains a part of your soul, can never be touched or tainted. So pure, so free, so light, uninhibited. This part of you is ready to be expressed through you. Loved, known, honored, seen. And for some of you, reflected back in the form of children of your own. You are meant for this childlike, playful energy to be experienced in your life. All right. Okay, so I'm going to place this Gerbera daisy right over here. Sorry about all the noise with my cat playing in the background. Juniper is, I don't know what she was doing. It was weird. I'm just going to let her hang out though. She's being cool. So, not making too much ruckus as long as you can still hear me. But yeah, so that message from the Gerbera daisy was really lovely and beautiful, and I'm getting a sneaking suspicion that this could be about your inner child, but maybe that was just an initial message and there'll be other messages that come through in the reading. So We'll see. So I pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle as an overarching theme, and you got Lost Lands, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before. Okay, so memory, past lives, like soul remembrance is coming through with that childlike energy, the innocence of your soul, the purity, the origin of your soul. A remembrance of your truest nature is coming through you. Lovely. I'm going to pull some oracle cards from the... What am I going to do first? Let's do the Seasons of the Witch Lithia Oracle. So these oracle cards are really beautiful. The Seasons of the Witch has, I think, 4 or 5 different seasons. And the Lithia... Oh, Litha. I keep saying Lithia. Litha Oracle is the summer, I believe. So these ones are really beautiful. I love them. But yeah, let's see what oracle cards we get from the Litha Oracle. Let's see what else wants to come through for you. Ooh, all right. Well, we've got 2 cards that came through. We got Summer Berries, which group number 1 got this one. With number 34, be wary of picking your harvest too early and risking losing the sweetness of it all. And Scavenger Hunt, number 32. What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. That's giving me that feeling of your purity, your innocence, your childlike nature, that lightheartedness, that love, that inner child part of you being there all along, never being hurt or tainted. There's a feeling of disconnecting or dissociating from that part of you out of safety or out of trauma or out of feeling like you're protecting that side of you. And there may have been a time when that was necessary, but there's a reemergence of that side of you happening soon. And when this part of you is embodied within you once again, it will clear away so much heavy energy. It will knock down any false truths about your life, about anything that you may have perceived as traumatic or harmful, or something that you may felt you would have to live with forever is magically released because you've realized that this beautiful, pure, amazing part of you has always been intact and has always been safe because of you. So, yes, there's like a reemergence of a beautiful, pure part of you that's going to be entering into your being in a more trusting, safe feeling way. And yeah, yay, that's really nice. And even the word scavenger hunt reminds me of like childhood, you know, scavenger hunt. And I think there are children on the card. They kind of look like children to me. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple. Actually, I think I'm gonna pull a couple more from this deck. Yes, definitely. This one like kind of came out with gusto. Daisies, number 8. There is a whisper of a glimpse of opportunities to fill your life with joy. That's so funny. A whisper of a glimpse. So, a whisper of a glimpse of opportunities to fill your life with joy. It feels like first it will start out as a whisper and then like a glimpse. Like it's like something growing, something slowly growing steadily in your life, and then it will just fill your life with joy before you know it. It could be this reemergence we've been talking about. And then lastly, we have Cancer. Number 3, call yourself back from all space and time to feel, sense, and reflect on the oceans of your presence within. So Cancer is a very sensitive sign, a very emotional sign, a mothering sign. This child and mother, parent and child energy has really been coming through. Very, nurturing, mothering energy coming through. Interesting. All right, and then a couple cards from the Tree Keeper's Oracle, and then we will get into the tarot. There's this feeling of release of something that you've been carrying for a very long time. When this re-emergence of this beautiful part of your soul re-expresses itself through you, a remembrance of a part of you that you feel like you've lost sight of comes back, and you're witnessing it and you're standing in it. And the truth of it is just like blowing your mind wide open and making you realize that all of this weight and heaviness that you've been carrying, you haven't needed to carry it. You never needed to carry it. And you can finally let go of it. You can finally you see the truth in the light of day, and you know that this was never meant for you to carry. And it's gone forever. Okay, so we have Keeper of Anger. Group, I can't remember, one of the groups got Keeper of Anger too. So this group in particular, 1 and 2 didn't have any similarities, but you're having similarities with both 1 and 2. And then again, yes, Keeper of Grace came through before too. So we've got Keeper of Anger and Keeper of Grace. And the same message that came through with, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, but with the Keeper of Anger card. Oh, and also you got 27 and 28. And then you also, oh, nope, I jumped too soon. Well, anyway, you got 27 and 28. And one of the groups had 26, 27, and 28. So really interesting synchronicities here. And those numbers or those ages could be significant to some of you. That could be an extra confirmation. But as I was saying, the Keeper of Anger card is evoking this message of that initial realization of all of the weight you've been carrying, or all of the inner like mistrust or inner self-negation or self-flagellation. A feeling of something you've held on to that has diminished your self-worth, your self-understanding, and made you think more little of yourself. It's like that initial feeling of anger almost, like how could I have let these energies, these people, these thoughts make me feel this way about myself? No longer. And it's this anger that comes through that drives you to change and drives you to drop it all and to never live that way again. It's like a power that's coming through, it's an righteous indignation that's coming through of like, this isn't right. This was never right for me to carry. I am not meant to carry this. It is gone. I'm letting it go forever. It is never a part of my being ever again. It's like standing your ground. And I think with this Keeper of Grace, it's like you finally let grace take root in your soul. You've let the truth take root in your soul, and you've let it heal you. And there's no going back from there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull tarot from the, what is this called? It's the Crystal Energy Tarot. Okay, well that one just popped right out. Let's see what else we get. There's this feeling of suggestions from the outside world, or like pressures from the outside world that you've taken heed to. And like with this lost lands, it's almost like a feeling of, well, I'm lost, so I'm just going to listen to this person around me and help, and like let them help me guide me on my, sorry if that sounded, let them help guide me on my path, because I don't feel like I can, like I don't feel, it's like a lack of trust in the self and in the steps you're taking forward. Something that might have happened that made you doubt your path, made you feel like just a lack of self-trust. And then there's this like taking too much stock or putting too much weight and stock into someone else's version of where you should be or what you should be doing or who you are. And there's this reclaiming of who you are. There is this walking forward in power in who you are, in knowing and trusting that you know your truth more than anybody else could ever know your truth. A trusting in the steps before you, and a grace that's extended to all those around you who did try to help you or who were guiding you, even if it was not exactly right for you, is their own projection sometimes, there is still this grace and acceptance and love for those who have tried to help you and support you along the way, even when maybe it would have been more beneficial for you to take heed to your own guidance, your own internal guidance. So just gratitude. Why is the word selflessness coming through? That wasn't really what I was saying, but the word selflessness came through. That might come back around. I'm not sure what that means in this context quite yet. We'll just leave it at that, but all right. So what does group number 3 need to hear right now? I think I'm going to do a little bit of smudging. There are a lot of voices, and it is reflective of what I was saying. Sometimes there were too many voices and your voice got lost in the mix. So I'm going to clear away some energy right now so we can just focus on your path, your energy, and release external voices. And I know as I'm saying this, I am an external voice. But we'll see where this takes us. But I am definitely doing some, if you want to intend to clear away energy so you can hear your own internal voice throughout this reading, go ahead and do that as I smudge. Also, there was another message too. If there are some things that I say in this reading that don't really resonate, feel free to toss them. That is what this message is about. Trusting in your own inherent voice above all the voices around you. All right, so I'm gonna light a little bit of sage. I've been lighting Palo Santo, but in this case, I was getting all these like internal nudges that I could tell, like, I was like, no, that is just some weird, no. It was just too much going on. It felt like too many external voices. And so that's just, it seems like an energy that you might be processing, like going through right now. And there's an encouragement you could, like, going into nature might be good for you. Getting off screens, getting off technology, taking a breather, taking a retreat. That could be really good for you to get in touch with your own internal pure voice. Okay. Whew. You wanna go, baby? Bye-bye. Yeah, even with the cat making the noise and distractions. Okay, I feel much better. I'm ready. Okay, let's see what card popped out earlier. Ooh, the Lovers. All right, and then we've got the Five of Wands, which makes sense. Five of Wands is a battle-y energy, and it's like conflicting energies, conflicting voices. So that's just reflective of what I just said. Page of Cups is like that childlike nature again. We're just getting lots of similar reflections to what I've already said. Six of Swords is really beautiful. It is you moving into calmer waters, more peaceful waters. In this case, it feels like calmer waters of your mind and soul. A place where you can access your own pure inherent truth, and where it is clear and solid, reliable, and trustworthy. And you have that connection. It almost feels like, even in this imagery here, this archway is here, and it feels like you're riding this, the Six of Swords traditional tarot card has a boat, and you're riding from rocky waters to calm waters, and it just feels like you're riding through this archway. There's this waterfall back here into these pure waters, these crystal clear waters of your soul that you can look into, that you can scry into, and that you can just receive pure and potent messages directly from the divine to your soul. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. I'm loving the energy. I'm seeing like the crystal ball of your soul, and it just being so pure, and you being able to look into it and access whatever you need in that moment. You also got another page, which is the Page of Pentacles. So Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, wow. You got 3 pages in the Page of Wands. Okay. And then you've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay, we will stick with this for now. I feel like this, and I'll pull one more. And this last card that I wanted to pull is the Seven of Wands. And I just realized for one of my previous readings, I accidentally read the Seven of Wands as the Five of Wands, and I felt a little embarrassed. But it is what it is. It's weird that the Seven of Wands ended up coming out. And it is also strange, I will say, for your tarot cards, you've got 6s and 7s mostly. And 1 5. But yeah, so okay. What are all these pages about? This is insane. So 7 of Wands is about defending your territory, defending your space from external energies. There is this feeling of deepening into your intuition and clearing away external energies that are getting in the way of your inner voice. There's an opportunity for you right now to access your intuition in a really powerful and potent way, but it feels as if it's being clouded out by external energies. So one way this can look is, like, for instance, right now you're listening to a tarot reading, and if you're listening to multiple tarot readings from an outside perspective consistently, you are losing sight of your own voice, you're losing sight of your own oracle, you're losing trust in your own oracle by doing that. Even if you're not intending or feeling like you have a lack of trust in your own oracle, slowly and steadily and surely, when you're looking to outside influences, forces, opinions for the truth or for guidance, it gets so diluted to the point where you are frozen and where you can't move forward. So there's this message to clear away all the noise. That is what we want to do here. We want to clear away all the noise. We want to honor our the sacred waters of our voice, of our soul, of our heart and our being, and place boundaries around that, place protection around that. We want to go out in nature without our phones, or at least with our phones on airplane mode or silent, and truly connect to our own soul. We want to take a whole day where we are in solitude, or we decide we are not looking at our screens today, and we are just listening to our inner voice. We're not listening to anything externally. We're not distracting ourselves. We're truly, solely giving our being a chance to breathe. That is what you're being called into right now. Your soul needs to breathe. Just your soul needs to take a deep breath and just release everything that's not of it. Surrender everything it's taken on and taken in, and it's processed, which there is a time for that. There's so much that it's received that is beautiful, but there are also other things that have come in that are just meant to be shed, let go of, and released, that were never meant to be taken on. So, moving forward, we are taking time every single day, even if it is just 10 minutes in silence, in a lack of distractions. Literal silence for 10 minutes a day at a minimum. That's all you have to do. 10 minutes a day of silence, of peace. You don't have to meditate during that time. You just have to be present with your life as it is. 10 minutes a day can change your life and can reconnect you to the deepest parts of you, and can give this beautiful, childlike and innocent and pure part of you the spaciousness to come back out into the safety of your being again. There's so much going on that a part of you that wants to come through and express itself to you and through you and tell you the truth of your being is not being accessed, not being seen, not being honored and experienced. it's as if you have a child, this inner part of you. And this could be a literal child, but it's being so distracted, and a child coming up to you and wanting to play or wanting to show you something, and you not having the time for it, and them feeling dismissed. This is something that's happening inside of you. And you're not even realizing it because you are so bombarded by external energies. And there's no shame, there's no guilt here. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about this. There's just that feeling of being aware of it and taking designated time to remedy it. Putting this as a priority. All right, I'm going to pull some more tarot from the Floral Tarot and see what else your guides have to say to you. Your guides are saying to you to take a breather from looking externally for, I mean, I said this already, but if you have been watching a lot of readings, or listening to, or like seeking external spiritual support, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's this feeling of your voice needs to have a say, and don't let your voice get lost in these so-called like expert voices outside of you. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess, which makes perfect sense. It's about your inner knowing. It's about trusting your intuition. It's about your spiritual power, your own unique oracle and truth. I keep thinking of Akashic records, like there's like something in your soul where you can have access. Like you are the most potent oracle for yourself. No one else can be that for you. If you tap into your soul's truth and your soul's oracle, it is the most pure form of information about your own soul and about your path and about where you're going, inner guidance. It's inside of you. Remember that. Three of Cups, that's about relationships with others, friendships, groups of people. With this Three of Cups in particular, there's a message here to seek out people who will call you on your, like seek out friendships and nourish friendships with people who will gently and lovingly call you out on your bullshit. If there have been people in your past that are loving and kind and you feel a soul connection to, but sometimes you'll get triggered and you don't know why, it's because their energies are calling you out, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just they're calling you to look within. As long as you know for sure, you know, it's not like a toxic situation and it is a true soul friend or family member. It is okay to be a little triggered by the people around you, by the good people around you, who are only here to help you evolve, help you live your highest truth, help you know yourself more deeply. The Knight of Coins, or the Knight of Pentacles. And you've got another page. The Page of Wands twice, and then you've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. There's something here about, it feels like all of these pages are like new friends, new people coming into your life, new energies. And it feels like this new experience of your relationships and your friendships and your community, where you are challenged consistently to become the truest version of you. And it can be uncomfortable, it can be triggering, but this is a space where you're safe and where over time you become who you truly are. You feel more at home over time. You feel more consistent and steady, and the people around you are consistently and steadily reflecting your true nature back to you. Everyone around you is doing nothing but confirming the truth you already know that first comes from within. And not only that, but they're drawing it out of you. The more time you spend around these new energies and people, they're drawing it out of you. They're pushing you. They're knowing that you're capable of amazing things, uplifting you. And in doing so, they're freeing you of your own self-judgments or your own holding of yourself back, holding of your soul back, your mission back, your purpose back. Find these people and keep them in your life. They're here to teach you, uplift you, push you again, push you. There's like, I'm feeling their energy. It's like, you've got this, you can do this, you're worthy, you're capable, you're so gifted, you have so much to offer. Like, there's just like this seeing of your potential that that you haven't encountered as much as you have in this group of people. So this could be a workplace that you're moving into. The only one we don't have is swords. So we've got cups, pentacles, and wands, fire, earth, and water. Emotional, material, and like inspirational. Emotional, material, and it feels more like friends, like home, like family. Like true support, true like soul family energy. And there also is a feeling of working towards a greater good, a common goal, a feeling of helpers for the journey, like people who are with you along the whole journey that make the journey better, that make the journey worth it. I'm gonna cry a little. This is like making me emotional. There's a feeling of people and energies coming in that are so supportive and that make life easier on you. That make you feel like you don't have to carry the weight all on your own. Seek out these people, open up to these people. They're around you, they're out there. If you already have them, keep them in your life. Trust in them. It's worth it to push through the fears, push through the triggers, communicate with them, open up to them. You can trust. And you can trust in your intuition. Moving forward and letting these people in and letting these people support you. You can trust in who to let in and who to have boundaries with. All right, I am going to pull a couple of these gratitude blooming cards. Actually, I feel like this message isn't complete. I'm going to pull a couple more tarot cards and then we'll move to a couple of more oracle, and then we will move into our infinite prayer session, which I forgot to mention at the beginning of this reading. We are doing infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessings for each individual reading today. And so far for this one, a sense of inner trust in who you are. I want to help guide you and bring you into a closeness with your own heart space, with your own purity and goodness. I want to clear away static, clear away all those external voices, and help you access the pure, potent oracle of your own soul and the truth that wants to come through it. All right, a couple more tarot cards and we'll see. Oops, maybe just one more. Okay, yeah, this, for some reason I know for a fact this is meant to be pulled out. Like when it came out, it like flew out, and then as I pulled it over. Like there was this familiar feeling, like this, yes, this is the card, and it is the devil. So the devil is about negative self-talk, feelings of unworthiness, shame. There are other elements to it, but in this reading, I'm getting this feeling of your inner sense of who you are, your self-judgments, your connection to, like we've mentioned a lot, your own childlike nature, your purity, your goodness, and an inner sense and knowing of who you are. And with the devil, there can be a challenge of, in the context of these relationships that are coming in, there's an awareness around your tendencies to feel unworthy of good people in our lives, to feel unworthy of true loving support, unconditional support, unworthy of receiving from others. This is a journey with the Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow and steady journey that will build upon itself, of inner trust, inner knowing, and of slowly unfolding and letting people in. And by doing so, healing your soul wounds, healing your negative sense of self, letting the light of others' consciousness shine on the darkest parts of you, being aware of your triggers in those moments and knowing that this is a part of the healing journey and these people are here to help and love me and stay by my side. This is only temporary. On the other side of this is greater connection to humanity, to my own goodness, and to the goodness of the people around me. A greater trust in who I am, a greater faith in humanity. We are letting people in. We are letting good people in and allowing ourselves to be a part of a network of goodness and love in the world. All right, now I can pull a couple of these gratitude blooming cards, and then we'll move into our infinite prayer session. All right, so we've got number 22, Rose of Sharon, and it says inexhaustible abundance. And that is just making me think of these people, this love that wants to bless your life. It's inexhaustible. Like the people that you're allowing into your life have inexhaustible abundance of love for you and support and just unconditional love. It's unending. It will always be unending. And then we have number 27, Delphinium with infinite possibility. 27 twice. 27 is a strong number in all these readings. It reduces to 9, which is ending of cycles. This infinite possibility. There's an encouragement to open up to what's meant for you and be open to the unexpected, especially in your relationships. Be open to people that you wouldn't previously be open to. Or if you come across someone that wants to be a part of your life that you wouldn't initially, like you'd initially think, not for me, I'm not going to spend time on this person. You don't have to necessarily like decide to spend time with them, but give them a second look. Give it a chance. Give them a chance. Give someone a chance. That's what it feels like. We don't know until we really truly peer in. And sometimes we will have a gut feeling of no, no, not for me. But give it a second look. That's all it's asking. Don't always trust your initial impression. Give everything a second look, and then you can trust the second look. And maybe you'll be like, huh, you know what? I think there is something there. Or you'll be like, no, not for me. So yeah, just a little encouragement there, an openness, feeling of openness. All right, one more. Mystery, 25, Orchid Mystery. It's kind of an extension of that card. It's like we don't know what's right for us until we are in it. So give things a chance that you wouldn't have otherwise given a chance before in your old energies. So just new energies want to come in, new people want to love you. And they're not going to look how you thought they'd look. Home is going to feel different than you might have envisioned it, because it comes from a heart space, not a mind space or envisioning. It's more from the heart. Again, we didn't have the swords, the Page of Swords. These are all like more instinctual energies, like cups, pentacles, wands, like fire, earth, water, like more instinctual, more bodily felt. It's not going to feel how you think it's supposed to feel. Let go of your expectations, your thoughts, your visions about it. And trust your instincts. Trust your heart. Trust what lights you up. Trust the little sparks. Trust what makes you feel secure and truly safe in a soul way. In an inner knowing way. All right. Okay, I think that's it. So we're going to enter into the infinite prayer now. If you'd like to check out that guided visualization and Reiki blessing, there will be a link down below for that. Otherwise, if you'd like to support my channel, I'd love to hear about how this resonated in the comments, or if you'd like to like this video, that would be amazing, or subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. Also, if you'd like to check out my merchandise, it is really cute. It has my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. I also have a Patreon if you'd like to check that out. I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month on that Patreon, along with at least 1 in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. So if you are interested in being supported by me on a monthly basis, there's a link down below for that. You can also leave me a tip / buy me a coffee if you feel so inclined to. And I also have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. If you'd like to check that out, there's a link down below. But yeah, if I'm leaving you here, thank you so much for your presence. I am honored to channel these messages for you, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.